Check, mic check. This is looking pretty good here. All right, my spinners and sharks. Welcome back to the hashtag Vegas podcast. I'm your host, Ace of Vegas here, and of course, I hope you're doing well. So, what are we going to go ahead and talk about for today's episode? Well, we have a lot to talk about here, and you know what? Because it's such an interesting episode, I think it actually might be a good idea to just invite some of y'all fine folks to the live chat, honestly, just to see how things are going. We did have a co-host lined up for today, but unfortunately that person is not feeling well, so we're not gonna harass them. We're gonna let them get a little bit better. So that's gonna be a good thing, but it doesn't mean that we're gonna have a bad time. We're gonna have some fun regardless too. So let's go ahead and get started then. Take away the old parental advisory over here. We're gonna go back to our usual overlay. So before we get into today's video, what we are going to discuss is we're going to discuss adult hotels in Vegas, as well as some fines that a certain best hotel in Vegas has received. Spoiler, it's not the Cosmo, just FYI, but we're going to talk about that a little bit later. Let's see how everyone's doing here in the live chat over here. We got two fab dudes. We got Seeking Vegas Sunrise. We got Destiny. We got the Kinos in here. Kino Candy and Kino Kid. Vegas to Cali up in the house. And we got the Bears here for the powerhouse. You know, the Bears. I got some Jameson over here. So if you want to get wild, good times for it. Got Who's That Girl in the house, too. Got Gambling Granny, too. Gambling Granny was killing those scratchers over there. And Dice was killing it on the guitar. I'll tell you what, that guy is talented. Like, no lie, guys, go check out Gambling Granny. Her and Dice do this great stream every Friday where they're just jamming on the guitar and doing some scratchers and all that, just like, just like you do, when your parents and your aunt and your uncle are around, they just do that sort of thing. It was kind of cool, so get it. Yeah, it was just a good time. Jim B. Johnson, the house over here, digging it. So, good times. And then we also got Mr. Motel, and we got Triple Ripple in here, too. Aw, yeah. Good times. Alright, so unfortunately, guys, I am going to have to start today's stream on a bit of a solemn note here. So, I know this isn't directly Vegas related, but I did want to bring this to everyone's attention. Alex Trebek of Jeopardy fame, the host of Jeopardy, has passed away due to pancreatic cancer. I believe he was fighting that for a very long time. It's either a very short fight or it's a very, very long one. And he fought that thing tooth and nail, I want to say, for about 6-7 years at least. And he passed away at the age of 80. So not a terrible age, but still, they get the good ones too soon. They really get the good ones too soon. Meanwhile, you got all the worst celebrities and all the worst, well, I guess not to wish harm on anybody, but all I'm saying is that we lose the good ones too quickly. So there's that. So rest in peace to Alex Trebek. Our thoughts go out to his friends and family members, of course, too, as well as his many, many thousands and millions of fans all over the world. So yes, because he was, and actually, ironically, he was a Canadian-American celebrity, too. So very much like our own Vegas Best Ideas and our own Pennies for Vegas to Vegas Baby, if you know her. Let me think of some other Canadians, too. Richard Wilk, of course, just as a few examples of some great Canadians you should watch, too. So just carrying on the spirit of Alex Trebek being about the business, but also being very charming and likable too. So rest in peace to Alex Trebek. Again, thoughts go out to his close friends and family all over the world. Okay, but we're going to go ahead and get a little more. We're going to mix it up a little bit more today. So as you guys know, I got my Dos Equis Especial over here. I like the lager special. Good stuff. I know it's not the best Mexican beer in the world, but you know what? I like Dos Equis. It's just kind of a thing for me. We got that over here, and we're going to go ahead and talk about what makes Vegas great. Specifically, the hotels, and in this instance, the adult hotels. So as you can see here, I've got this little card over here of a couple at an adult spa somewhere, I don't know, off in some tropical island somewhere. It doesn't really particularly matter where it is. Point is that they're off somewhere tropical and they're having fun and they're enjoying each other's company, so on and so forth, as adults do, which is a good thing. And now Vegas is finally getting in on the act over here. So let's talk about the Vegas hotel revolution too. And actually, I'll tell you what, guys, if you guys are interested in sharing your thoughts, you can share your thoughts and opinions in the live chat, of course. But also, if you guys want to go ahead and drop on by in the StreamYard over here, I know some of you folks with channels probably have some opinions about this, and I know some of you folks actually went to the adults-only hotels that recently started over on the Strip too. So yeah, I'd love to hear some feedback about that too. But as you guys know, according to the articles I've put in the description box, there are now two popular tourist hotels that are adults only in Las Vegas. So there's the Circa. We did a video about that. We did a lot of videos about the Circa. Let me tell you that. So that was the very first Vegas hotel in the proper Vegas area, so to speak. I think there's a caveat to that too. But all we're saying is that's the first proper Vegas hotel that is actually adults only, which I find interesting. I'm kind of surprised with it being, the adults only playground that it normally is, that this is the first hotel that's actually decided to do that. I find that so fascinating in general. And it's downtown, right across from the Golden Gate. If you guys haven't seen it, I've got like 5 videos up about it already. If you guys haven't seen those, but rough time. Oh man, the Bears lost. That's a shame, fellas. But it's all good. We bet on the Falcons on Sunday, and we had a good time about it. So it's not such a bad deal. Let's see. Make sure I don't have anybody in the backstage area too, because I do forget about these as I tend to go forward with the stream here. So I will go ahead and check that first. I don't think anyone's knocking on the door right now, so we are fine. But I will leave that link to the StreamYard over here if any of you guys want to jump in. I know some of y'all got a webcam and headphones too, and definitely have an opinion. So I look forward to the opinions that are being placed here. But anyway, back to business. Let's go ahead and talk about that. Wanted to see how everybody feels about having adults-only hotels. I'm actually kind of surprised that they don't have more of them. And frankly, more importantly, I'm wondering if all the hotel companies are going to do that. Let me explain. So as you guys know, Circa was opening. It opened midnight, October 28th. So the party started October 27th, and it went into October 28th. But here's the thing. On October 29th, there was someone that showed up to try and steal a little bit of that thunder. That is Caesars Entertainment over there. So their CEO decided that, hey, you know what we need to? We need an adults-only hotel. What's our best option over here? Hey, lo and behold, it's the Cromwell. It's the only place we haven't opened. We had it closed for Love Island for some time. So they decided to go ahead and go that way, which I guess makes sense with the Cromwell. I cannot think of a single child-friendly thing at the Cromwell. And I'm seeing a lot of the sentiments here in the live chat too, that people aren't super big on kids in casinos, which I think is a good thing. Frankly, you don't really want kids in casinos. It's gambling, it's swearing, it's smoking, it's drinking, that sort of thing. It's a little skimpy outfits, mostly on the ladies, occasionally on the guys. I think I've seen one hotel casino where that's kind of an okay thing, but it was in a showroom, so it's totally different. But it's that's what it is, and it's not for children. It really isn't for children, which it's fair enough. There are some things that are for children. There are some things that are not for children. Disney is for children. Good stuff. Vegas is not for children. Still good stuff, but it's not for children. Fair enough. All right. See, who's that girl? Cromwell is the one hotel I've never been to, because there's not much going on there at the Cromwell, unfortunately. Sometimes it's hang on, what did I do here? I keep buffering on the stream over here. I apologize, guys. Hang on. Sorry about that. I had to make a quick adjustment to my Wi-Fi. There it is. That's better. That's a much better connection now. And I'm getting a much more stable bit right there. Someone else is doing a stream in the other room. I guess I probably shouldn't do concurrent streams with her. have to talk about that. We'll talk about that offline. All right, sorry about that. But anyway, what I'm really getting at though is, Vegas probably isn't. It's not child friendly, unfortunately. Ned, I'd probably say, they have okay free drinks. We were double fisting over there. That was probably the closest I'd gotten to like strong alcohol that had me kind of rolling during the trip there. So interesting. But yeah, that being said, I was wondering, does no, Dan, Dos Equis does not sponsor the video. I do that entirely for fun right there. That is personal choice right there, honestly. It's got me opening a widget over here. No more widgets. Leave me alone, Stream Health widget. There it is. No data. Hang on, I gotta make a real quick adjustment. Yo, Pat Butler in the chat. What's up, my man? That guy's the ground pounder over there. He's just like, her. He gets at it, but it's cool. My man. Okay, that looks a lot better. Sorry about that. I had to adjust a couple settings, guys. Comcast is terrible around here. All right, we'll powerhouse a drink a little later. All right. But yeah, for now, I was actually thinking about this, and I was wondering, since Caesars made the snap decision so quickly to reopen the Cromwell as an adults-only destination, possibly off the back of them just doing Love Island there, what other hotels on the Strip do you guys think should be adults-only? Oh, yeah, we got Vegas Best Ideas and Denise in the chat. Good to see you guys. We're just talking about adults-only hotels. So I think there's a total of 3 hotels that are adults-only in Vegas right now. And I guess the Artisan it's technically a hotel. I think that one's technically adults-only. I think. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen kids there. But it's not really like a hotel. It's not like a casino resort or anything like that, because it's an adults only sort of thing, if you know what I mean. So I don't think kids are allowed to go there in the first place, just saying. But yeah, there's that. So yeah, what other hotels on the Strip do you guys think should go adults only, or maybe even downtown? Let's open it up to the comment section down here and the live chat, see what everybody has to say. So let me see. Let me go ahead and catch up a little bit. Pop-Up says, Circus, get out of here. Pop-Up Fishing making the memes over here. Circus, adults only confirmed. All right, let's get serious around here. So, Kara Creek. Kara is thinking that the Link should go adults only. Now, that one seems kind of surprising there, because that one, it's got the Ferris wheel. It's got the high roller on it. But the high roller also usually has an open bar, so I can see that being a good option for an adults only sort of thing. Maybe you get a free ride or like a free drink if you're staying at the property at the open bar when you're up there on the high roller. So that actually might not be a bad idea, and it would work for every guest because they'd all be 21 and up. That's a good idea, actually, come to think of it. So I can get behind that. The Bears. T.I. seems very adult only. I guess without the pirate show, it's got a lot of that kind of kiddie sort of theme kind of gone there, although I think one version of the pirate show, the Sirens pirate show, because there were 2 versions of the pirate show. There was the Pirates of T.I. where they were fighting the British Navy, the old school British Navy. You had the guys in the blue coats and like the powdered wigs and all that fighting pirates, and then you also have the Sirens, the T.I. show, and that was a little more adult themed, I think. Not overtly, not hard R rated or anything like that. Not hard R rated, huh? I should probably take a drink for that. But in that sort of category there. So that's actually a thought too. If they bring back the show, I think they could bring it back and make it a little more risque. Maybe they'd have to bring it inside of TI just to make it work a little better, but Gamble and Granny is like every single one of them. Gamble and Granny and Dice don't bring the grandkids with them to Vegas for sure, and I think that's a great idea. Let's see. Cosmo from Vegas Best Ideas. Vegas Best Ideas' best idea is that Cosmo should be adults only, which I think would be kind of cool, honestly. I don't see a lot of kids in there in the first place. I'm not really sure what there is for kids. I guess it's artistic and all that, but, and I guess the pool's kind of nice for the movie nights, so that'd be kind of cool too. But and they could probably ramp up the range of movies and all that. We could probably get a proper screening of Aliens or Terminator or something like that, because those are R-rated films. And with children there, I don't think it's okay to do a public screening. I think in movie theaters they kind of get away with it if it's a parent that buys the ticket. But if it's like a big public screening like that where they're not checking IDs or anything, then they can get in a lot of big trouble for that for private screening. So I think Cosmo would be a really good option too, especially since, that one. Think of the adults. Think of the things the adults could do on the amusement rides when no one's watching. Andy is talking about a good TV on the roller coaster at Circus Adventure Dome. There you go. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, Robin makes a good point. Link's Pool is adults only, so it might be good there. Oh, DeBarris makes a good point, too. The D downtown should be adults only. That's another good one. There's not much for kids there, and I don't think the pool's that great, and I actually know some people that have worked at the D that have said that by their own admission, the pool's not that great either. Circa is amazing, but the pool at the D, it's average at best. Seeking Vegas Sunrise. Isn't the Green Door an adults-only casino? Good night, everybody. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Two fab dudes talking about New York. I'm look ahead and let's see. Park MGM, non-smoking, adults only is appealing to a lot of people, I think. All right, MDH makes a good point. Park MGM would be a good one. Honestly, I think Aria would make a really good one if we're talking about MGM properties. It already feels like it's a lot more adult themed. I don't think there's much for kids to do there. Granted, it's got a couple pools and all that, but it doesn't really have that many special shows or anything. It's just kind of a luxury sort of place. It doesn't have a theme. Doesn't feel like a theme park. There are no rides. The pool isn't remotely as good as you'd get at, let's say, Mandalay Bay, for example. Mandalay Bay, I think, has to say kind of family-friendly. I prefer that to be like an adults-only tropical destination. That'd be a really lovely place for anniversaries. In fact, Wonder Woman and I spent our first anniversary there, and we had a hell of a time. And that was obviously a child-free anniversary, because that's I feel like that's what anniversaries should be. They should just be a celebration of the marriage. And yes, I think children are if you have children in your marriage, obviously they become an essential part of that too, because that's starting a family. But the marriage still has to have its own merits. Personally, I think that a marriage is healthiest when it's also being maintained separately. But that's just that's my personal opinion there. I'm not going to tell you guys how to live. I'm just here to tell you guys how to save money when you go to Las Vegas. I'm not here for life lessons, and you guys know that. We catch up in the live chat. You guys are fast tonight. There's a lot of you guys in here, and you guys are fast tonight, and I don't have a co-host, so I need to catch up a little bit. We got Shanta. We got Simone sneaking in here, too. I saw Dan Dragonfly sneak in. Let's see. Whole couch crew's in here. LA Kid's been lighting it up since the very start over there. Good old LA. Good to see you, buddy. Oh, do we have a guest waiting? Hang on. No, I do not. I don't think I have any guests waiting in the area yet. That's my bad. If I was behind on that, guys, feel free to go ahead and jump back in. I will post the link again right now. I apologize, guys. I'm way behind in the live chat. That's a good question. When will they return to normal? That's a good question. Book next weekend at Bally's. All right, Robbie, my boy Robbie's going to Bally's. Having a good time about that too. Yeah, Auntie Sin, she's very convincing. She successfully convinced Wonder Woman to let me go to Vegas, so that was nice. Let me see. Okay, I keep checking for guests in here. That's my bad. All right, let me catch up over here. Yeah, Austin, I get lit in here, brother. Let's see. Ronnie C. Luxor and Westgate are the places to go for ladies of the night. That doesn't really benefit me, but I'm sure somebody's helpful there. Let's see. I think Westgate kind of feels like it's an adults-only place, too, so, I think that wouldn't be a bad place to go. The R is a good place to go to for a couple days. Yeah, Patrick drank himself into a coma, unfortunately. He came back, had a couple drinks with us, but Pat can put him down though. Pat's a hero. He did like 3 drunken streams with us, and it was awesome. Make sure I'm not actually missing anybody this time, but yes, the link is posted in the live if you guys are interested in joining. And let me know when you guys are in there, and I will go ahead and add you. I will add you in. All right. But what other hotels do you guys think we should... So I guess we've talked about MGM. We've talked about Blackstone. What about the Tropicana? Do you guys feel like the Tropicana would make a good adults-only hotel? Personally, I never go to the Trop myself. I just don't have a reason to. I feel like Hilton should own 1 or 2 other properties on the Strip, really. Maybe Resorts World, I don't know. But since they have a stake in Resorts World, maybe they can make the Trop adults only, which would be kind of an adults only tropical destination if they fix the pool. I'd be fine with that. I don't know. The Bears, you are not one to talk, brother. You did a one too many powerhouses too, man. But you did good. You did good. Minimal chaser. You took it like a champ, brother. Don't really understand the whole adults only theme. You rarely see kids in the casino floor in any Vegas. They're usually walking the Strip or in the parents with the food court. You know, Steven, that's a good question there. You know, I think it just makes me more comfortable because I do see a lot. Like I took my sister-in-law out to Signature at MGM Grand, which I think would be a good alternative to MGM Grand as an adults-only variant. Like maybe the hotels within a hotel could be the adults-only version, and you can go to the family version if you want, but it would just be adults only at some other places. I think just the fact that you don't have kids around, you don't feel like you have to censor yourself. Like me and myself, and I think a lot of people, especially as parents and educators that I know, they're like, you know, you want to walk down the street, you want to smoke your doobie, or you want to smoke your cigar, and you want to drink your beer, and you're like, all right, F word, S word, you know, we're cussing up a storm over here. Look at that. Hey, that's a nice piece of tail over there. Hey, look at that guy. Look at the abs on him. Oh, you could grind meat on those, or whatever, you know, whatever women say about it. So, you know, I think people, people want to do that sort of thing, I think, and it's weird when you do that around a kid. You can't, you know, it seems weird kind of ogling a showgirl, or, ogling one of the Thunder guys, or whatever it is, when you got little kids around. Oh, what's that lady into over there? Oh, what's that fella into over there? Like, just makes you feel weird, like you can't really enjoy yourself all the way, you know. That's why they have, you know, R-rated movie theaters. That's why they have Adult Swim, because sometimes you don't want kids around. You don't want not your kids around. I think that's kind of a big thing, just to be able to relax and not have to worry about something else. Hey, pop-up, I only did that once. Yep, strollers and little ones. Yeah, I guess that does come up every once in a while. I just don't see a lot of kids at the Aria personally. But yeah, if I want to drink, if I want to say stupid things and all that, I want to be around where I'm not around young, impressionable minds where they could get the idea that this is proper adult behavior that happens all the time. Like, no, I want a day off. That's the thing. I really just want a day off. I want to be able to spit and smoke and swear and drink and, I don't know, whatever else, to look at strippers. Why not? You know, that sort of thing right there. That's the kind of thing I want to do. And not have to worry about how I'm influencing anyone's life, you know? So that's the thing, because, you know, adults, you can make your own choice right there. If if I catch... let's just go ahead and say, if I catch the Bears over here, he's ogling the girls that are at the Mega Bar or at the Circa Bar outside, where they're pouring the slushy fruity drinks and all that, and they're doing the dancing and all that, and he's dancing along with them, a little drunk and a little crazy. Then yeah, I'd say, all right, do you, bro, go ahead and do your thing. But, you know, if there are kids around, I'm gonna be like, hey, bro, you gotta calm that down. There are kids over here, and it's ruining his good time. It's ruining my good time. He's probably not going to want to tip as much. It's going to ruin the bartender's good time, because they were going to get paid a little more for goofing off and having some fun too. So, you know, it's a challenge for sure. Oh, Martin D in the house. Good to see you. Turn downtown to adults only. Yeah, I think that'd be interesting. Fremont Street. I think they tried doing a 21 and up Fremont Street for a little while when they first reopened, and then it just didn't get enforced. So that was that. Yo, Jose Garcia in the live chat. Good to see you, buddy. Gambling at the Fremont kids were in the lobby waiting. See that too. That's not okay. I get wanting some time away from your kids. I know parents. Being a parent, I get it. Like, there are just times where, there are times where you're just sitting here like, no, I want to take the day off. Let me go ahead and we're going to snuggle up. We're going to watch some Minions movies or whatever. And then other days where it's like, you know what? I want to have wine with somebody and I want to talk to somebody. And that's not just from my personal experience. Obviously, I know a lot of other parents too, and that's kind of a big thing. And it's just how it should be. You should be able to be an adult every once in a while. If you have children, you should be able to, as long as you have proper child care, obviously, too. Not saying don't be responsible, but, after you've gotten everything properly lined up, then you should be able to just go ahead and go and let your hair down a little bit, you know what I mean? Don't have to keep it tied back all the time. Just relax a little. Hit the casino floor, play some blackjack, that sort of thing. I don't know. I'm going around in circles about this. Let's get back into the live chat, see what everyone's saying about it. Let's see. Ooh, Shanta's got bad news about Circus Circus. Yeah, it's a bad time over there. That's when you throw him in the room with some White Castle. Ace of Vegas does not endorse two fab dudes strategy. just for the record, to prevent my liability. So there's that. What do you guys think about the Wynn maybe going adults only or Venetian? I feel like those are not really good. They're not good hotels for families anyway. I guess you could argue that the Venetian is kind of, because they have that kind of, not Vatican, but Venice theme there. I almost said Vatican. I meant to say Venice. With the gondolas and all that cool stuff over there, which I think is pretty dope. But I feel like that's, without the theming, with Vegas getting less and less themed, it should be less and less for kids. Like, you shouldn't bring remotely as many kids with you to Vegas if there's not a dolphin on the property, if there's not like a panda bear or a tiger or a shark on the property, you shouldn't be bringing them, Just saying. Circus Circus, leave it for kids. Excalibur, leave it for kids. New York, let the kids have it. Mirage, shoot, I'll give them Mirage. I will give them Mandalay Bay. Give me Signature at MGM Grand. Give me Aria. Give me Cosmo. Give me the Encore. Give me Palazzo. Yeah, the Wynn would be a good one. Yeah, Wynn or Encore should be adults only. I think Encore would be outstanding. That would be perfect, especially since it's pretty much only open weekends right now anyway. I think that might be the best bet, especially right now. Cromwell had the right idea. I mean, their pool is adults only already anyway. Dre's is, and I guess Link is already there, so good stuff. Oh, We Run Vegas coming through. Good to see you, buddy. Vatican-themed casino sounds awesome. Yeah, once you get past the cognitive dissonance of a Pope-run casino right there, I think it'd probably be pretty fun right there. I'm sure they could do something. I'm going to be super sacrilegious saying this. I grew up super conservative Christian, so me saying this is probably very, very terrible. But maybe some type of communion wafer gambling chips or something like that. I don't know. I'm not sure how that would work. The theming would be fascinating. There you go, an authentic prayer over the slot machine over there. Can only imagine what the chips would look like. Oh my goodness. I'm in so much trouble. As I continue drinking my beer. Oh, there's Pennies for Vegas over there. Pennies, hey, you did a great job at your restaurant, buddy. Hey, Viv, good to see you. Oh, man, Penny's making me take a shot over here. These are my confessions. Papa got me thinking about the confession song. All right. All right, guys, we'll take a quick shot here. Oh, Roger, shots fired. Roger, why aren't you on the stream? I dropped the link. I dropped the link in the live. Why aren't you on this stream? You are totally invited, sir. 1,000 Hail Marys. Here we go. Let me go ahead and put that in there. All right, goodness. All right, well, cheers to that. Chase up some beer. That has been powerhoused. That was powerhouse for pennies for Vegas. And of course the Bears, if you're still in the live chat, brother. Patrick called it powerhoused it. Wish I had the powerhouse muscles for that. I do not. I am very much for the fangirls that like the trim fit guys, I guess. I don't know. No bulky muscle here, unfortunately. I wish I had that Dragon Ball Z muscle. Alright, but yeah, final thoughts on adult hotels and casinos in Vegas. Gotta say, I think there should be more of them. I hope the revolution continues. I think there should be a family side to Vegas. I guess the family side to Vegas is fine. That's alright there. But more important to me, I think there should be an adults-only side. Vegas has been touted as an adults-only playground for a very long time. And I feel like that should return to being documented fact. I'm glad we have the circuit for that. I'm glad we have the Cromwell for that. I know technically they're not entirely adults only. If we go into the steakhouse specifically, that's a good question. Steve, no, I have 6,667 subscribers, I think. But if you guys do want to find me 3 more subscribers and bring me up to 6,670 subscribers, or 6,700 subscribers, if you guys can manage another 30 tonight, feel free to, Steven. I'm not going to get mad at you. Hey, you know what? I might even have another shot for you. Why not? Yep, so. But, yeah, that's my thoughts. Let's get some more adults-only Vegas in there. I think it would be a good thing, even if there's got to be a caveat where if you're escorting a minor to as obviously as a parent or a responsible adult, I hope people aren't just randomly picking up children, obviously, just to make that perfectly clear. But no, if you as a parent, you choose to go to that steakhouse at that adults only hotel and you want to bring your child with you, yeah, that's fine. But then once you guys are done, you escort that small child back out to your family hotel while the rest of us go and drink and I guess look at the scantily clad dealers or the very handsome dressed up dealers, if that's more your style or whatever. So, just saying. There should be more adults-only Vegas, and I'm looking forward to more adults-only Vegas, even if it's off the Strip. Actually, I think that would get me more off the Strip more often. Just putting that out there. Will has a quick question before we move over to the next subject over here. Are there chances of getting upgraded rooms using my Vegas points? The points only really book you the basic rooms, but ask nicely enough up front, they'll usually do that for you. I'm number 1 seeded and undefeated, 10 for 10 so far. All right, let's see. During the week, yes, Destiny, that is true. Park MGM is no longer taking reservations during the week. They're open weekends only. Nomad is open all the time, but Park MGM is not. Same deal with Encore. Wynn is open 7 days a week. Encore is not. So they too are weekends only. I believe weekend in Vegas is considered Thursday night through Monday morning legally. So just saying. Okay, now that we've discussed that, let's go ahead and go back to... Where am I at? Oh, yes, the Aria. Let's discuss that, the Aria right now. So I know that's one that we've been discussing a little bit on the stream over here, and if you guys do want to jump in on this one over here, I will tell you a little bit more about it. Let's discuss what happened with the Aria's fine here. So if you guys don't know anything about the Aria OSHA fine here, it looks like Nevada OSHA actually fined the Aria somewhere in the neighborhood of $12,600 for not complying with the state CV-19 regulations, basically, is what that's coming down. Oh, and welcome aboard. Good to see you. Yeah, Steven was pretty. It is always great to run into Steven. He's a cool guy. I'd love to sit down and do a proper video with him one of these days here, but I know he's a family guy too, and he's very, very busy, so I understand. All right, Mandy in the house too. Good to meet you. Yes, the Aria was fined because Patrick Butler was actually found sleeping in one of the rooms after powerhousing one too many shots from the Bears at circa opening night. We're just putting that out there. Anyway, though, but basically what happened is the Aria has been fined $12,600 for not complying with the state regulations. And according to the officials, an investigation showed a lack of social distancing at the POS terminals there, the point of sale, basically the cash registers used by employees. Now, it doesn't say precisely where those cash registers were or where the issue is with their social distancing, how far apart they really are. I'm assuming that they are under 6 feet apart there, which I assume is still currently the social distancing requirement, is to be 6 feet away. So, one of those deals. Now, it's not the first one that's been levied. Unfortunately, 177 other fines have been levied by OSHA for various businesses across the Vegas Valley for failing at social distancing guidelines. And Aria is going to fight this pretty much tooth and nail. Apparently, they've been cooperating. Officially, according to MGM Resort spokesman, they've been cooperating with the Nevada OSHA, and they plan to contest the citation and penalty because they don't believe they've violated any safety laws. And they've got the 7-point safety plan. That's how Spicy Steve Sisolak let them reopen, so on and so forth. So, they have that going on, and they're really pushing that as hard as they can. So, So if anyone's got any thoughts on that, you guys are welcome to join me in the live chat. Thoughts on Aria, voice them here. If you guys got the Streamlabs, now's the time to jump on in. Or StreamYard, excuse me. I'm using StreamYard today. But yeah, what are you guys thinking about this over here? I know they've been observing since even June, really. And I know Steven had some he had some thoughts on it during his stream, but Steven and I are separate guys, and I have separate thoughts about this over here, and I do wonder what their whole big deal is. Now, obviously, personally, I don't think the money's a big deal to Aria. It's $12,000. Like, they probably spend that much sending one high roller to the club, frankly. Maybe even more than that. Just on bottles in the club, or they miss out on $12,000, something along those lines over there. I don't know. But, yeah, $12,000, it's not a lot to one of these major casino corporations. Let me see if I can show you their losses even. MGM losses 2020. In quarter 3, they reported $495 million in operating expenses, so $12,000 isn't going to hurt them. Let's be honest. That hotel is ginormous. It's not going to get hurt by $12,000. What is going to hurt it is probably the damage to their reputation and probably the damage to their gaming license. I feel like that's probably a bigger thing for the gaming license, because I know the Nevada Gaming Control Board is very strict about a lot of things. They're very strict about nudity and sexuality in a casino. They're very strict about children in casinos. They're very strict about, I believe, also like drug consumption in casinos and all that. So I can assume something like this they'd actually be very, very strict on. So this is probably more dangerous to their gaming license than anything else. And Aria is one of their heavy hitters there. Aria, Bellagio, those are your two big guns, as they say, for the high rollers that are coming there. Like, even when I showed it, like Aria branded limousine. That's when I went to the Vidara, it was the Aria branded limousine that came out there just to give them that sense of high rollership there. And that's kind of that's their big thing. And it's the fancy one, it's the luxury one, it's their newest property. So to have their flagship, their new shiny battleship blemished like that, I can see that being a problem. It's a really big problem. Good times. Andy over here talking about the OnlyFans account. Good night, everybody. That's a bang that we're not all allowed to see on YouTube. Didn't. Refuse to acknowledge I'm the only one in here right now. Patrick brought up, I feel like they're pretty strict about the masks in there. Yes, they are very strict about the masks, but, it still comes down to all the regulations. How often are they cleaning? How many rooms do they have open? That sort of thing there, Oh, excuse me, sorry about that. Didn't mean to burp in the mic. Oh, man, the bear's going at it. But, yeah, guys, so it's really important that MGM, and I'm not really sure how the gaming licenses work. I think they are per property. But even so, because the Aria does bring in so much revenue for them, according to the reports I've read, I'd have to pull them back up over here. I do have them saved on the laptop, so I'd have to do some finagling and all that to see what their investor reports are. But I do know that Aria is one of the heavy hitters when it comes down to casino revenue and all that. And it's actually very important for them to be operating right now. And even though you have places like Excalibur that has very little overhead because the building's older and you don't have to do too much to it and all that, it's still not quite as much revenue coming through. It caters to a different crowd. Aria caters to the more luxury, the younger crowd that's making more money now, and even the older crowd that wants more luxury now, and they do have more wealth because they are farther along in their lives. Their kids are older, less financially dependent on them. They've gotten farther in their careers. They've saved a lot more for their retirement, or they are retired. So now they do have they've paid down houses, cars are bought and paid for, and all that. So they have a lot more spending money. Often wealth increases, you're gambling. So it's a bigger thing for them. So to have the possibility of having one of their properties maybe even shut down over something like this, I can see that being very dangerous for MGM, especially in this time of financial uncertainty where they're having a really, really bad time about things. Because, $500 million, I know it's a giant corporation, but that's a lot of money. I know it's $495 million, but, quarter before that, quarter two, they lost $1 billion. That's $1.5 billion in 6 months. That's a lot of money to lose. And that's without them paying anybody and without them turning the lights on or anything like that. And they've just laid off 18,000 workers. Or something along those lines. I think that's what they said back in August, just for the whole corporation as a whole. And it's been rough. It really has been rough. So, yeah, there's that. But yeah, what are you guys' thoughts here? Do you guys think it's more about the image? Do you guys think it's more about the gaming license? Do you guys think it's more about the actual safety of the employees there? Like Aria's actually been putting in the thing and they want vindication. Why do you think Aria and MGM are fighting this so hard right now? I would love to hear you guys' thoughts in the live chat if you don't mind voicing them. Thoughts and opinions, all good stuff. You don't even really need to back them up with facts and all that. I like facts and data and all, but obviously this is very impromptu, so definitely make your best educated guesses. All right, let's open it up to live chat over here. Yep, Keynote's loving the Aria. Good times. Let's see. Catch up a little bit. Yeah, Whiskey, that's a good question. I'm not sure if President-elect Biden is going to shut everything down. Physicians have told us that depending on how trends go, we are going to see a higher mortality rate. That's what physicians have told us. So I will definitely go with their ideas over a politician's ideas, because a physician knows medicine, a physician knows science, a physician knows the human body. Politicians typically don't. But if that's what a physician says, I'm 100% in agreement. And yeah, I think we might see a slowdown of some things. I'm not sure if Vegas can survive another shutdown. So if something like this happens at the Aria and becomes the beginning of the end, or if it becomes a catalyst for OSHA to look at a lot of other hotels, maybe they do an investigation in every other hotel and they go from there. Because apparently they've gotten complaints and they did investigations, but it wasn't clear if the complaints were from patrons, or if the complaints were from visitors even, or if the complaints were from employees. It just wasn't particularly made clear, or even if it was from one individual or several. That's another thing. So it's hard to tell which way that's going to go there, but I can see that doing a lot of damage to people's livelihoods, unfortunately. But if we do find out that it's a hot spot over there at Aria, I can see that doing a lot of damage to somebody's physical health too. So there's that to balance. It's a very difficult thing to deal with. Yeah, once again, I'm not sure how dead Vegas is. I don't know. We'll see about it. It's quiet right now, but it's not dead. Vegas is hard to kill. Vegas is like Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z. Like, you can knock him around a lot, but he's got just enough plot armor to survive to the next arc 9 times out of 10. That's what it is. Oh, check your guests. Oh, yes, thank you. Oh, who is that? Nanook of the North over here.
Hey, Ace. Can you hear me, Ace?
I can hear you just fine, Gord. How's it going out there?
It's great. Well, let's take a look. I don't know. Depends on your opinion, but...
Let's see. Man, y'all got like 3 feet of snow out there, and you still ain't got no pants on. How's that work?
I'm going into the winter wonderland here.
Into the winter wonderland, man.
So, I'm currently not deep in snow.
Good Lord, when are you guys coming back to Vegas? Get back to Vegas, man.
We've only been gone for, about 36 hours, I think?
Right.
And this is what we return to, so welcome to life.
Indeed. Oh, my man.
It's crazy.
Definitely.
You can't even see Tamara in the doorway there.
You can barely see her there just with the reflection off the snow. Oh, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Shoot.
So, the sooner we can get back to an adult-only resort in Vegas, the better.
Well, speaking of which, I was going to ask you, too, we moved on to talking about the Aria and their $12,000 fine. I'm not sure if you heard about that. So
we did, actually.
Yeah, they got fined $12,600, as you know, for violating COVID restrictions with their point-of-sale terminals, with their employees there. So how do you feel about that? I mean, adults-only hotel or not, how do you feel about that with the return to Vegas, and how do you think that's going to affect Vegas going forward, and why do you think they're so concerned about it?
I think that the hotel industry needs to adjust right now. It's a big change for them to adjust to COVID and having some more strict parameters around how they do business. So I know it's not a good time to give a hotel a fine, but unfortunately, that's the only time you can, get noticed that
Right.
You need to change something is when you get a fine or there's some kind of illegal action that can happen. So ultimately, I think it'll be a good thing in time, because the more fines that get handed out, the more that these hotels will start taking, these sort of practices more seriously. And obviously, you've got a big spike in cases again in COVID in Nevada. So, you have to kind of show something, but the hotel industry is definitely hurting.
Right.
It's just a matter of employees getting some better training, and the hotel management itself taking it a little bit more seriously. So as much as it's a bad thing, it's not going to prevent me from going to a property. I think it's adjustment for everyone. I mean, it hasn't even been 12 months in this global pandemic. So we are all adjusting, and we're adjusting really quickly as much as we can to this stuff. So
Definitely. Now, do you think it should have been a bigger fine, or do you think let's be honest, $12,000, that's like 10 minutes at a table for some of those high rollers, probably less than that for a few of them. That's one lost hand of blackjack.
It is, but I don't think you can you don't want to hit them too hard right now, especially when, like you were saying, they're losing billions of dollars. I saw the Caesars overall forecast the other day, and it was looking pretty dismal for quarter one, right?
I am so glad I sold my stuff in them right after they merged. This is not stock advice from Ace of Vegas, by the way. It's just what I did. I'm just gonna tell you what happened. So I got mine. I sold mine. I made a nice, healthy little profit off it, and I looked back at it later, and it just went tank, and it's been... I'm glad I got out of it. But yeah, I know you're right. It's been rough. Wynn's had a rough time. Adelson's looking for some help right now, frankly, so...
Yeah. Was it you who made that comment that Sheldon Elderson put a question mark out there? Was that you on Twitter who said that? Somebody put it out there.
I don't
Somebody
think that
put it
was
out
me.
there.
It
Somebody
wasn't
put it
me.
out there and just question mark. So
Like you okay there,
I don't know.
Sheldon?
Yeah. So I don't know. It's. I mean, it's a challenging time for everyone in the world right now. All of us in here are big Vegas fans, and we're gonna go there regardless of the conditions or what's happening to a degree. I mean, if no one's gonna put themselves in jeopardy or
Right.
in harm's way, but you know, um, we're still trying to support that local economy there in Vegas, but it's tough to do during this time. I mean, even for us, 2 weeks of quarantine, back to this, but
Yeah, no,
it's
for
what it
sure.
is. Anyways, I'll leave you. I just wanted to show you the conditions that we're dealing with out here.
Man, you guys making Colorado look good over here, man. Because we haven't gotten our snow yet. We had a little bit on Labor Day, and then that was it.
Well, it's coming, and my phone's getting wet and cold here, so
All right,
I'm
well
gonna
let's get
shut
you
it off.
back in there. Well, Gord, thanks for dropping by the stream.
What was that? Okay. Apparently, Tamara's got something special for me. She wants you guys to see me.
Oh, okay, there we go. Let's get in here.
Whew. Shutting that door.
Now, Tamara, it's not the OnlyFans. You have to have pants on for the stream.
Oh, we got some poutine.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm coming into some poutine here. So
All right.
All right, Ace.
I'll be right there.
Take care, man.
All right,
Bye.
guys. Great to see you. All right. Always good to see Vegas Best Ideas on the stream over here. I think a lot of other people were talking in the live chat about how things were going. I mean, with stocks and all that too. Hog and Tucson actually did have something that was pretty interesting. So here's what Hog was saying. I think it's all positive. It makes people feel like someone is watching and it's not pure chaos in the casinos. It will ultimately help people make a better decision on visiting. Is a good point. It is good to see that, some people are actually watching and they're taking this seriously too. It's not a free-for-all, and it does make me feel a little bit better about going to Vegas. I think Wonder Woman and we had a conversation. She was thinking about, honestly, she thinks that I'm safer in Vegas than I am at work. Her only problem is me taking a plane to get there. She's a little more worried about that. But she's like, no, you're just in your hotel room over there. They're wiping down the door every time you walk by and all that. Good stuff. So, there's that. So, that's another good point there. But yeah, I do wonder about obviously, and I'm learning little by little that the fines aren't really what it's about, especially for, Irish whiskey, all that good stuff. Yeah, we do it up. We do it up here, Ned. Any predictions on when the Brits can get back to the States? Hog, very good question. I guess the real question is, when are we going to see the cases drop back off? I don't think we're going to be able to see any of our friends. So obviously our friend Matt Bridger, our friend Matrix, our friend Nikki Firmage, we're not going to be able to see them for a while. I don't think at least until the spring, where hopefully cases have dropped off and we're getting out of flu season and we're getting fewer and fewer cases. But, it's going to depend on the diplomats and how the World Health Organization is looking at things and the CDC and all that. So it's a challenge. So I wouldn't say a day before March, frankly. But that's just me thinking. It's going to be at least until spring or summer, I think. Unless we really get a hold on things. I don't know. Maybe Putin and Biden will work together and they'll make some sort of super vaccine with their memes and their muscles. I don't know. It's hard to say. So, or maybe the fines like this are really gonna work. Who knows? It's hard to say. Now, Hog, a vaccine timeline. Good question. Now, if Keno and I had gotten elected president, we'd have had that wrapped up by the end of the month, so that we could get everybody back to Vegas. Like we'd have had this licked by. Shoot, if we were president in March, we'd have had this licked by June. But, that's just us. But unfortunately, our platform of less scandal and more Vegas didn't mean much. I guess people like scandals and they don't like Vegas here in the States, so we didn't get very many votes. We got 0 electoral votes. We were tied with Kanye. Didn't go so well for us. But it's okay. There's always 2024. There's always 2024. So we'll see how that goes. The party indeed. Yes. But we'll definitely be looking out for that too, just to see when our friends from across the pond can visit, and that also includes my nephews and my in-laws too. So those are also important people we want to see. Papa Fishing confirms there was voter fraud right there, because Ace and Kino, we didn't win. Yeah, they were fixing those ballots over there. Never mind the fact that we didn't start campaigning until a day before the election. And it was only one sign. Oh, man. Would have loved to move the White House to Planet Hollywood, though. Oh, man. Rough times. But that being said, I do wonder if there are other hotel casinos this is going to happen to. If we're seeing a lot more fines coming up, I can see that becoming kind of dangerous for Vegas at one point or another. Just with the image, I'm starting to think the image might be the worst thing right now, especially since no one's allowed to travel. People have money. Some people do have money. It's just rough with the travel right now, so they're missing out on a lot of stuff. Oh no, Josh, I'm pretty sure we got more votes than Kanye. Our one day of campaigning just on the internet definitely was a much bigger campaign than the popular music artist who's been in the spotlight for over 20 years. He's definitely had a less successful campaign than 2 internet personalities that have less than 10,000 followers between the 2 of us. Yep, Destiny's right. We got Taylor Swift and Kanye West next year, our next election. We got it. Yeah, forget about Biden and Harris. They don't stand a chance against us. The real race is against Kanye and Taylor. Man. So, all right. Yeah, guys, I think we're about ready to wrap up stream over here. I would like to hear some final thoughts in the live chat on how everybody feels about the Aria fine over there, and if everybody thinks it was a good idea, if anyone thinks it's going to hurt the hotel industry, or if it's maybe a blessing in disguise. I mean, let's be honest, the monetary bit of it, $12,000. MGM's not going to miss it. They use $12,000 as toilet paper. They're like, oh, shoot, yeah, I blew my nose with this, or did something else with it. Let's call it what it is. $12,000 is nothing to them. I'm sure they've spent that on me over the years without blinking and didn't particularly care because I came back. That's the important thing to them. Like, they're like the Galactic Empire in that regard. Like, credits, troopers, starships, nothing matters as long as Vader gets what he wants. Not exactly the same, obviously. I'm sure they care about their employees and all as much as any other large C corporation does, but it's not like they're running around with lightsabers and slicing anybody up. Nothing like that. Let's not take that out of context. But yeah, final thoughts from the live chat. How does everybody feel about Aria? Let's see. Patrick loves the Aria. That is his home hotel for sure. So, definitely down with that. Oh yeah, the Bears reminded me. I have my $1 in $5 circuit chips I have to unpack. I don't know where those are. I need to find that. Roger, we're going to have to talk about the Empire being more frugal about that. We're going to have to talk about that on The Anxious Gamer. If you guys haven't checked out The Anxious Gamer over here on YouTube, that's our very own Roger Fab Dude. And he's going to be doing I think he started doing weekly streams here. Let me see if I can find him real quick. Roger, I don't know why I can't see. Here, let me go ahead and just mark you as a mod over here so you can drop your link. I need you to drop the link there. There we go. So there's that. But let's see. Let me catch up with the chat here. Aria smells nice, 100%. Anna's thinking it's more of a principle thing there. I can see that. Yeah, it's more about the principles and the actual money, 100%. I agree. You know, Greg, I'm actually a blackjack player more than anything else. I am a blackjack player primarily. And I enjoy video poker, but my game of choice is blackjack, hands down, no questions asked. All right. All right, guys, but I think that is, yeah, just about it. I think we're, Bellagio's trash. There we go. And on that bombshell, I think that's probably just about it. Yep, there it is. There is the anxious gamer over there from Mr. Roger. Anxious Gamer on YouTube. He did a Knights of the Old Republic stream, and it got me really excited, so hopefully we'll do another Star Wars stream, and if Roger's feeling it, I'd love to guest star. I love that. Pop-up, yes, Circa was 3.2, but it was some high minimums, like $25, $50 over there. I wasn't feeling that on a Tuesday. Heck no. Yep, Lobster, that's 100%. Just a small fine. I think Aria was a warning shot. And hopefully everyone is really good about the recommendations and really good about the restrictions and all that, because I think that warning shot could turn into a full round of fire from OSHA and a number of other government facilities if we're not careful about it. So, sobering warning here. Just saying. All right. Yeah, Cybertime was about $25-$50, but that's about it. But all right, Spinners and Sharks, I think that is all the time that we have for today's video. If you enjoyed today's stream and found it informative, I would appreciate a like and consider subscribing if you have not already. Otherwise, yeah, we are actually ready to head on out. I've got some videos. I've got some pool videos lined up the whole week. I'm working on one more My Vegas video that I'm almost done with. I just had to charge an old iPhone to make sure it still works, so be prepared for that. And then I think next week's going to have more of a foodie theme to it too, so we'll do some more food stuff later on. I'll think on it. Jose, if you're still in the chat, Jose Garcia, be on the look for that, because I had to do some shuffling around to fit the theming working, but yeah, be ready for that, my brother. So, all right. Until next time, though, Spinners and Sharks, States of Vegas, signing out, wishing you all strong hands, and, of course, happy spinning, you guys. Great to see everyone. Good night, everybody.